One of the best parts about being a journalist is getting to talk to people who are truly passionate about what they do. Basically, getting to talk to nerds. I'm talking science nerds, government nerds, history nerds, and, of course, music nerds. Here in the North Country, we have a lot of those at SUNY Potsdam's Crane School of Music. One of our reporters recently visited the annual Woodwind Summit there. We get to hear music nerds in action as they test out the latest gear for their instruments on today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Long Run Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor in Lake Placid, providing comprehensive wealth management, retirement, and financial planning solutions. LongRunWealth.com. And the Devlin Inn and Suites, Lake Placid, welcoming families, athletes, and groups to the Olympic Village, offering Adirondack mountain views and dog-friendly accommodations. TheDevlinNY.com.
Hi, I'm Kara Chapman. It's Wednesday, October 15th. Up first, young Republican activists in New York with ties to top party leaders have been implicated in a texting scandal. Politico obtained text threads that had racist, antisemitic, and homophobic language. Party leaders who have praised some of those activists, including North Country Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, are now calling for them to resign. Emily Russell has the details.
The texts were sent over Telegram, an online messaging app. Politico obtained nearly 3,000 pages of texts from January until mid-August. They include jokes about gas chambers, affection for Hitler and the Nazis, and hundreds of slurs, including the N-word. One exchange was led by Peter Junta. He's the chief of staff for New York State Assemblyman Mike Riley of Staten Island. Junta is also the former president of the New York State Young Republicans Club. In June, he was running to chair the Young Republican National Federation. In one text thread reviewed by Politico, Junta said, quote, "Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber." Joe Maligno, who also has ties to the New York State Young Republicans, responded by saying, quote, "Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic." Annie Kakady, New York's Young Republican National Committee member, chimed in and wrote, quote, "I'm ready to watch people burn now." Kakady declined to comment to Politico, while Maligno didn't respond to the outlet's request for comment. Bobby Walker was vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time of the text and now leads the group. He used the homophobic F word multiple times in chats. Junta and Walker both apologized for the comments. The two have ties to North Country Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Stefanik endorsed Junta for the national leadership position earlier this year. She accepted an award from Walker and the New York State Young Republicans in August. At the time, she described both Walker and Junta as, quote, "the backbone of our party." In a statement to Politico, Stefanik's senior advisor, Alex DeGrasse, said the Congresswoman was, quote, "absolutely appalled by the alleged comments," which DeGrasse described as heinous, anti-Semitic, racist, and unacceptable. Stefanik and New York State Republican Senator Robert Ortt have called for the members of the chat to resign. Emily Russell, North Country Public Radio.
Politico reported late last night that at least 2 people in the text threads lost their jobs. Peter Junta no longer works for New York Assemblyman Mike Riley. Joe Maligno had been working for the New York State Unified Court System, but a spokesperson confirmed last night he's no longer employed there. 2 people died in a house fire in southern St. Lawrence County yesterday. According to WWNY-TV, the fire in Newton Falls was first reported around 6 a.m. Tuesday. 2 adults were killed in the blaze, and a third was taken to the hospital in Potsdam. It's not clear what caused the fire. Newton Falls is a small community near Star Lake in the Adirondacks. Just a few weeks ago, a fire destroyed the community's former paper mill. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says a video being played in airports that blames Democrats for the federal government shutdown is illegal propaganda. The Democrat says the video violates the Hatch Act, a federal law that prohibits engaging in political activity while in an official capacity. That includes communication that blames, praises, or criticizes a specific political party or figure. Hochul spoke in Nassau County today.
We have banned those videos from being viewed because they are a violation of federal law. So instead of worrying about how to promote a political perspective in violation of the law, they should be finding more ways to help states like New York and others who are suffering from this shutdown.
In the roughly 30-second video, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says congressional Democrats are refusing to fund the government. She says many TSA employees are working without pay during the shutdown, and that the agency will do what it can to avoid delays. A slew of airports across the country, including Albany International Airport, have stopped showing the video on checkpoint monitors. The Albany Times-Union reports that airports in Buffalo, Syracuse, and Westchester have said they will not play the video. The North Country is home to one of the nation's top training grounds for elite musicians. Last month, the Crane School of Music at SUNY Potsdam brought together some of the best flutists, saxophonists, clarinetists, bassoonists, and more for its Woodwind Summit. There were classes and performances, and an exhibit room for students to test out the latest gear. Catherine Wheeler stopped by and sent this audio postcard.
The soundproof walls at the Crane School of Music are putting in work. I pass through the double doors and I'm suddenly hit with the Woodwind Summit.
I'm Elliot.
I'm Lance.
Elliot Brock and Lance Frailer are in the middle of it all with their clarinets.
All the very loud noises in the background are people testing out new instruments, testing out all the accessories.
Around the room, shiny new instruments are propped up on tables, flutes, clarinets, and more types of saxophones than I knew existed. Students have their hands and mouths on all of it.
Well, to us, it just sounds like a lot of random notes, some very flat, some very sharp.
Frailer says it's just a part of the process.
You don't know how you're going to sound when you try a new accessory, which is the whole point of trying them, because a lot of the times it will be good, sometimes it will be horrible.
In the back, a few tables are stacked with woodwind accessories, mouthpieces, straps, finger pads, gels. Brock and Frailer are both junior music education students, and they both play the clarinet. They say they're excited for what these 2 days have to offer, but they came to the exhibit room with a purpose.
My instrument's pretty sharp, so I was looking at a longer barrel to bring the pitch down a little bit. I found one I liked. It's pretty expensive, but I was like, this is really good. I like this. It's a great opportunity to find stuff to help me improve.
I found a bunch of different mouthpieces that were helping with my articulation and basically just giving a better experience playing overall. And there's really no other scenarios where you can find all these types of accessories laying out to go and play them. This is a really good opportunity.
SUNY Potsdam's photographer Jason Hunter is moving around, snapping photos of the scene. He calls it a petting zoo for instruments.
A lot of gear that you don't see every day.
Miles DeCastro owns North Country Winds, a music shop in Potsdam. DeCastro's also an adjunct professor in instrument repair at Crane. Students hover around his table.
Oh, it's the best because they can see so many musicians at once and just help them with what's going to help them make music.
DeCastro bops from student to student for a while before they rush off to the next session, leaving a few lonely notes to echo through the room. Catherine Wheeler, North Country Public Radio in Potsdam.
Such a wonderful story there from Catherine Wheeler. I don't know about you, but I couldn't help but smile when the music started playing and we started hearing from these musicians about how they were thinking about the different gear they were trying out. Stories like these are why you come to NCPR. It's joy on the radio. It's real people doing real things in the North Country. You can support this work during our fall fundraiser by going right now to ncpr.org/give. Help us keep bringing you these stories that I hope make you smile and feel connected to the people who live and learn here alongside you in the North Country. Give now at ncpr.org/give, and thank you for your support. We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. Music today by Zoe Knight of Potsdam and Patricia Julian of Burlington. I'm Kara Chapman, North Country Public Radio.